Survival. significantly decreases one's life expectancy. Exoskeleton damaged.
It's loose. The terramorph is loose. We can't stop it. When we tried to sync with the neural control interface, it just completely flipped out. Broke through its containment chamber like it was made out of paper. It killed Michelson, Cobb, and Sumatri in all of 1 minute. I'm not even sure where it is now. It took off deeper into the facility. A security detail went in after it, but good friggin' luck. When I know it's safe, I'm going to make a run for the comm relay. Try to call in the cavalry. This is Hayden Wynn, lead xenobiologist. Wishing he had gone to dentist school like his parents wanted.
I'm detecting a safe nearby. We could make use of whatever is inside, provided you had some digipics and a disregard for personal property rights.
You're dead. We're all dead. The comms relay has been trashed. The whole room is trashed. We can't call for help. I can hear the terramorph roaring somewhere. And more people screaming. God.
kidding me. The Frontier has a new captain? You working with Barrett, or did you pry the ship keys out of his cold, dead hands? We don't have a problem with Barrett. We want that ship, the Frontier. If you're the captain of it now, that means we're after you. Oh, no. You see, maybe your colleague Barrett didn't tell you, but there's a bit of a legend surrounding that ship. That constellation keeps treasure hidden in the cargo bays, the loot from 100 planets, and it's going to be ours.
That statement is partially correct. The Frontier has been to many planets and moons, but the only things held in the cargo bays are spare parts, dust, desiccated food particles, and a variety of species of ant.
I don't care what kind of lies Barrett programmed that robot to say. We're taking that ship. You're not talking us out of this score. They aren't? You sure? No, that can't be right. I'm not falling for that. That's got ambush written all over it. I've heard enough out of you. Kill them!
Captain Hill, All Indigo dictates that I am to return to the Lodge with no deviations. We are here to stop the Crimson Fleet from pursuit. Nothing more.
I can't say! They aren't paying me enough for this!
Please avoid getting shot. You might die.
It's all you got!
I have located the enemy. You are trying to kill me, but I am not technically alive. Oh, I understand. You wish to kill us and take our belongings. We have lost them. We should now be free to travel to Constellation's headquarters without Crimson Fleet interference. Captain Hill. To reach the lodge, we must jump to the planet Jemison in the Alpha Centauri system, and then land in the city of New Atlantis. Do not worry, this will all become second nature before too long.
Starship Frontier, this is United Colony Security. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. No contraband detected. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
Let me guess. Protocol Indigo again?
Your memory is uncanny.
And he's our new captain. My crew can take a look at your ship, and you can stop by the Trade Authority kiosk if you need to offload some cargo. Nothing for us to do. You're in good flying condition. Okay, no problem. I'm sure you can find something you like. The Trade Authority runs a vending kiosk next to my booth. It's just off to the side, near the ramp. Besides that, Jemison Mercantile is your closest shop if you're looking for a bit of everything. That's further in, past the security checkpoint. I would try the viewport. It'll be on your left, once you get into the plaza. Everything looks good here. I'll be at my booth if you need me.
Hey, kind of breaking my concentration here.
Hey, what can I do for you?
Howdy.
Word of advice. Steer clear of the well.
How are you?
I can assure you this unprovoked attack on a United Colonies research facility will not go unanswered. We'll get you settled into your new assignments as soon as possible. For you, Bobby, that includes meeting your new foster parent.
My parents aren't dead. They just took a different shuttle. I'll see them when they get here.
Oh, well, of course, that's sure possible. We'll just...
Helena Chambers, ID SSCOM 1327 HCHA. I was the station administrator. I'll need to report to MAST ASAP for a full debrief. My treatment thus far has been entirely unacceptable.
Any authority you had was forfeit the moment House Varun zealots breached the station's perimeter, and you failed to initiate proper evacuation protocols. Thank you for your service. We'll find you a new position commensurate with your experience. And Mr. Bosch, Let me just say how honored I am to meet you. By all accounts, you're the only reason anyone made it out of there alive.
Well, just glad I still remembered my flight basics. It had been a while. So was shooting a gun.
I read all about New Atlantis. So cool! Is it true the Nat train goes 5,000 miles an hour? Or that citizens get special discounts? Or that the whole city celebrates when it's your birthday? Mine's June 11th, by the way. My parents took me to Aquila City last year. It kinda smelled. But I don't smell anything here.
No, yes, no, and I will certainly mark June 11th on my calendar. As for Aquila City, well, the air purifiers here in New Atlantis are state-of-the-art.
Ugh, Aquila City? Oh, don't even get me started on those simpletons.
A little unfair, don't you think? Freestar Rangers helped me out quite a bit a couple years back. Got ambushed by spacers near Narion. They assisted, no questions asked. Even helped with some repairs so I could do an emergency jump home. Good people.
In any event, you all must be exhausted. Just give me a moment to coordinate some details with security.
What? No, just, go away. Not now.
Guess you caught some of that, huh? The galaxy is at peace and somehow seems more dangerous than ever. Spacers, House Varun, Crimson Fleet, everyone trying to grab their piece. What happened to the early days, huh? When we just float through the stars and dream. Really? You must have been hiding under a moon rock your whole life if you've managed to dodge those assholes. They're basically a bunch of space scumbags. Fly around, attack, and rob anyone they see. They're pretty disorganized and easy to fend off until they aren't. They're a different beast than the Crimson Fleet. Generally speaking, pirates want your stuff, so they can occasionally be reasoned with. Spacers, though, they tend to shoot first and ask questions never. Not what, who. How to describe House Varun? Well, imagine a bunch of colonists who set off into the stars ages ago, disappeared, and then re-emerged as a sort of religious society. Faction, or cult, whatever you want to call them. They believe in some sort of celestial deity called the Great Serpent. Real nightmare fuel kind of stuff. About 100 years back, they picked a fight with pretty much everyone in the settled systems. I guess your school never covered the Serpent's Crusade, huh? We eventually made peace, sort of. Then they just disappeared. They're out there somewhere, or so folks assume. The ones that attacked us, they were the hardliners, for sure. You meet those guys, you run. You understand me? Yep, that I have. Had to dump a load of cargo just last year. Microscopes. Can you believe that? Guess you can sell anything these days. Pirates are a tricky lot. In space, they're all about the hit and run. They jump in, steal your stuff, and get out of there fast. Keep your cool, and you can generally talk your way out of it, so long as you're not too attached to your valuables. Stumble upon them planetside, though, and their trigger fingers get much itchier. Well now, you don't know how glad I am to hear you say that. I'm right here with you, my friend. How can you not look up to the cosmos and just be overwhelmed by its beauty? So much possibility, so much hope, even despite recent events. Ricardo Bosch. I was the lead researcher on the station that got attacked. It was business as usual until those House Varun crazies swarmed in, spouting their scripture or whatever it was. Even the Marines were overwhelmed. Honestly, I'm just lucky to have made it out of there in one piece. We all are. Now, I just want to get back to work. Where is that woman? Another time, then.
Hi. I've never been in a battle before. Everyone kept telling me to keep my eyes closed, but it's kind of hard to do that when you're running. At first, I thought it was ecliptic mercenaries shooting at us, but it wasn't. It was these other people yelling about serpents and stuff. Yeah, it was like, snakes and serpents will eat you all, rah, the stars will squeeze you, rah, or something like that. I think they need psychiatric help. Probably. I'm pretty brave. A kid tried to bully me once, and I punched him in the head. Don't take shit from anybody, my mother says. And I don't. Anyway, I'm fine now. I hope my parents don't take too long getting here.
The well's been having brownouts all the time. Mast finally sent someone down there, but nothing's changed.
Hey.
She can't do this to me. Does that woman have any idea who I am?
Captain, Constellation will be waiting for you at the lodge.
Hey there. People joke, say those maroon zealots worship a snake. But let me tell you, it ain't a snake. It's some kind of celestial being. They call it the Great Serpent. Is it real? Hell if I know. They think it is, and that makes them dangerous.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving.
Okay, no bounty. You're clear. Enjoy your visit.
I'm busy at the moment.
Pardon me?
Hi. Dawn's Roost has the best food in the settled systems.
Hey there. You look like the planet-hopping type. Got any room on your ship for someone like me? Plenty. I'm comfortable on a ship, especially in the gunner seat. I'm also a trained expert with shotguns. I have the certification to prove it. I get it. Make your way then. If you change your mind, you can find me here.
Hello. Any vacancies on your crew? Okay, maybe next time then.
Hey, if you're looking for a weapon specialist, I could really use the work to pay off some debts. The kind that need to be paid off quickly, or else I'm in big trouble. And if you don't mind, I'd kind of like to keep the details of that to myself. Unless you're agreeing to hire me, of course. Yeah, I figured you'd say that. Not having much luck lately. Well, if you change your mind, I'll be right here.
Hi, how are you? Oh, sure. There's always tons of travel into New Atlantis, so there's no shortage of people to meet. I love talking with the new people and hearing about their journeys. Not to mention, it's also nice and safe. Unlike my brother's job. He's a Marine, and if that wasn't bad enough, he's stationed in Sidonia. He keeps telling me it's safe and how he loves his job, but I just worry about him so much. All I ever hear about Sidonia is how many people get hurt in accidents there. I just pray that he'll be okay. I hope you're right. I just have such a hard time believing that, though. But, oh my, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to dump all of that onto you. It just feels good to get it all off my chest. There's a huge tree in the Embassy District, across from the mass station. Trust me, it may sound dumb, but I think everyone should see it at least once when they're in the city. It's so cool. Or maybe I just love trees. See you.
Hey, if you're looking for a weapon specialist... Damn.
You picked a good day to drop by. Bartender's making them strong today. You in town for business? You're with Constellation? Damn, that's cool. I've always admired you guys. Exploring the stars full-time seems like a dream come true. That seems like we have that in common. Personally, I'm here looking for work. I just quit my job as a weapon tester for MAST. Oh, yeah, plenty of us. There's a whole branch of MAST scientific wing called DRIP. That's dedicated to developing new weapons for the UC military. No, I'm not. I'm actually hoping for a crew gig. Lots of pilots stop by the viewport on their way into town. I figure if I hung around long enough, I'd run into someone who was hiring. Dang, that's too bad. Thanks anyway. If you meet any pilots looking for weapons experts, send them my way, will you? Okay.
I really love this place. Couldn't imagine living anywhere else.
Not used to people coming up to me. The suit usually scares them off. Although I guess that's my fault, isn't it? Yeah, well, I go all over. A little psychological warfare up front tends to make things easier. Retired, actually. From too many lives to count. But I've been all those things, yeah? And a few more. I spend a lot of time in the fringes these days. God help you if you come across something someone wants. You'd think it was things like civilizations and factions that cause people to want to shoot each other. No, even without that, it's still winner take all. Well, you're on to me. Of course. That's what makes the reality so tragic. Wait a second. I think I'm in danger of having a real conversation with someone for a change. Better stop here. I'm sure we'll see each other again.
Ever been to Sidonia? My brother works there.
Hey there. Always nice to see a new face. First time in New Atlantis? Oh yeah? And yet here we are, only just meeting for the first time. Tell you what, as a hometown girl, I'll give you one on the house. Let me know if there's anything I can get you. Yep. Spaceport traffic keeps me pretty busy. But just between you and me, I've got something in the works that'll change everything. A new drink that'll make this place famous. Galaxy-wide. You would love it, I guarantee. Only, I can't make you one right now. Don't have the ingredients. I made a deal with the hauler to bring me some small samples of an ingredient I think will make all the difference. But it never showed up. Turns out the guy I hired was also hired by a few other folks. The kind of folks who ship less than legal cargo. Security got wind, and the whole lot was impounded. Now they're just sitting on it, taking their sweet time like they always do. It's killing me. I submitted all the paperwork, believe me. It won't amount to anything, but I did it. And really, I'm not even certain this is what I need to finish the recipe. I think it is. I need to get my hands on that cargo. I mean, doing something about this won't exactly be on the straight and narrow, will it? I really do. It's gonna keep me awake nights if I don't try. Before we say anything else, I am in no way asking you to do anything that might violate any of the many, many laws in place here in New Atlantis or the larger United Colonies. This is just one friend talking to another friend, asking if maybe that friend could possibly find a way to get her important cargo out of the impound. And if, hypothetically, that were done in a less than 100% legal way, well, that might not be the worst thing in the world. You, with me on this? God, you have no idea what a relief this is. I'm obviously not expecting you or anyone to go in guns blazing and taking hostages or something. I just figure there has to be a way to get what I need. I know a few things, but not much. The cargo is being held down at the spaceport, not in the security office. Still, they use the same access cards. If you had one, it'd work. How or why you would have a UC security access card is none of my business, of course. I'm sure I'm better off not knowing. Beyond that, the ship decks over there might also be able to get in. I don't know any of them, or I'd be talking to them instead of you. No offense. Like I said, I submitted the usual security release forms. But because my cargo is... I went and talked to an officer at the office, too. Yumi. Sergeant, maybe? He was polite, but unhelpful. I declined to suggest that as our new slogan. New Atlanta Security. Polite, but unhelpful. Truth in advertising, eh? I'm not worried. I'm annoyed. Wait, are you saying I should be worried? No, of course not. It'll be fine. Totally fine. I trust you. I hear there's some sort of citizens group trying to get the old Valroon embassy torn down. When I first heard about it, I thought it was a bit extreme, but really, would you want to move into that place? Me neither. And it's not like they're ever coming back. House Valroon, I mean? Well, at least not make nice and be all diplomatic. We all know how that went. Bit of a slow news day around here. Ah, well, speaking of news, some folks are convinced David Barron, you know, the SSN anchor, is some sort of Freestar sympathizer. Ridiculous, if you ask me. Sure, they ran a couple of stories about Aquila City that weren't totally critical, but come on. Have you ever been? It's really not that bad. Anyway, that's the sort of high-stakes stuff people talk up while waiting on a flight. So glad you asked, aren't you? I can tell. I hear there's some sort of citizens group trying... When I first heard about it. And it's not like they're ever coming back. Sure thing. What can I get you? Catch you later.
Good to see you.
Barrett enjoys this establishment. He frequently buys chocolate here, though I have informed him repeatedly. It is likely a significant contributing factor to his being overweight.
Selling art is a bit of an art itself, you know. If you're in the market for artwork, I'm sure I can find something to suit your needs. In a sense, my trade doesn't necessarily need me to be tied down in one location. Because of that, I travel all over the settled systems. I'm here now for an opportunity, but before this, I was in Aquila. Before that, Neon. In my line of work, I can't afford to stay in one place for very long. Indeed, I am. I've been an art dealer for most of my life, plying my trade all across the settled systems. It's actually why I'm here in New Atlantis today. I'll be delivering a piece of art to a very particular client later. However, I don't yet have the art in my possession. Actually, would you like to pick up the artwork and bring it back to me? I'll reward you for your effort, of course. I'm not very familiar with the streets of New Atlantis. I'm not from here, you see. I'd rather just avoid any trouble and have someone more capable do the exchange for me. You simply need to go pick up some artwork. The exchange has already been arranged, and you won't have to show any credits. It's just a matter of picking something up and bringing it back to me. There's really no need to worry. It's all very simple. Excellent. You'll be picking up the art from Zoe Kaminsky at the Trade Authority. Tell her you're there for Samson Jabrel's art. She'll understand. Return the artwork to me, and you will be compensated. Other than being an art dealer, there's not much to say. I grew up in Neon, and I knew I had to get out of that place somehow. I did a few odd jobs, some deliveries, and it eventually led me onto this path I'm on now. I never thought I'd do what I do, but I suppose life can be surprising. Well, of course they do. Why wouldn't they? I've heard tell that you can get some very impressive items at the Trade Authority. But for now, let's settle for the artwork that I've procured. Goodbye.
How's it going?
Hi there! Thanks for stopping in. Feel free to look around. I can take care of transactions, and if you've got questions, just ask. Thanks. It's hard work, but it all pays off in the end. And I can't take all the credit. Gerhardt, my business partner, he does so much of the work behind the scenes. If it weren't for him, I don't know where we'd be now. Oh, please, take a look. Appreciate the business.
I am not a stock boy. I am the owner. I am busy right now. If you need something, why don't you talk to Emoli? She'll take care of you.
Ask in the security office. Yeah? Evening, ma'am.
I appreciate the praise, but this is special.
You didn't hear this from me, but those ecliptic mercenaries, the factions use them sometimes. Freestar Collective and UC both. It's why they give them a wide berth. Ask me, those murdering assholes should be blasted into space dust.
Something to report?
Thing about the trade business? Who you know matters as much as anything else. Welcome to the Trade Authority. If you're here on legitimate business, I would be more than happy to help you. If, however, you are here under false pretense, say, sent by one Miss Tsang of UC Distribution, then I'm afraid you'll find nothing illegitimate here to report to her. And I'd ask that you pass along my request to stop these silly games. So, what'll it be? Perhaps, but I'm quite confident in my business, and I refuse to be intimidated. Please, let me know if I can assist you further. I thought the name made it rather obvious. We are the authority on trade in the settled systems. Whether it's bulk cargo, specialty items, or individual requests, we make sure things get where they need to go. We have shipping lanes across the settled systems and deal with nearly every major corporation and faction there is. We've been in New Atlantis for a very long time, before most things topside were built. With lots of infrastructure already in place, ample storage, and discreet access to the spaceport, it makes sense to stay. It's had the unintentional, but not unwelcome, side effect of weeding out people who can be timid about doing business. That depends. If you have a ship and are willing to haul cargo, then we've got some work. Otherwise, you're gonna have to be more specific. We frequently post cargo running jobs up on the mission boards around town. check them out. I've heard our jobs pay well, and on the off chance that's not what you're looking for, well, I can't really help you then. Many different parties use the mission board to post jobs for freelancers and the like. For example, the Trade Authority uses them to post cargo hauling jobs. You'll usually find mission boards in bars, typically ones nearest a spaceport. You might be able to find them elsewhere, but that's your best bet. It's cliche, but it's true. Everything has a price. And whatever it may be, I can afford it. Ah, yes, I've been expecting you. Here's your package. And don't worry, I've already corrected the ownership record for you. Good. I'm glad we understand each other. Thanks for your business. If you need anything else, you know where to find us. Okay, hello. Pardon. If there's something you need, no matter what it is, either I have it or I can get it. Excuse me.
No loitering, okay? I don't have the patience for it.
Just one quiet day. Not too much to ask for.
See that scientist out in front of mast, staring at trees, sounds upset? Whatever it is, it can't be that bad, right?
It's amazing what passes as art nowadays.
Shh! Are you crazy? Keep your damn voice down.
Buy low, sell high. I'm sure there's a wealthy banker in New Atlantis that will greatly appreciate what you just delivered to me. Oh, get off your high horse. I didn't trick you. You're just not very observant. What do you have to complain about? You're getting paid? Everything went smoothly. No one got hurt. It's all part of the game, my friend. It pays to get your hands a little bit dirty. It pays very, very well. But I digress. Thank you for your discretion.
Now that our little transaction is complete, I should be on my way. Take care, and let's not talk about this again. That's of no concern to you. I told you at the end of our business that we will not speak about it. Do not mention my work again. Back to it then.
If you don't see what you want, feel free to ask.
It seems like a small decision, but they all add up over time, and it's paralyzing.
I
Really
keep
stop and think.
telling them I am a manager.
Buddy,
I
it's
should
coffee.
be
Pick
manager.
one, get out of the way, and let us get on with our lives.
Yeah, sorry. Double dairy and no whip.
I don't appreciate your time. And no, I will not make whatever it is you just said. Because this place is a disorganized
Thanks
mess.
for choosing
What you asked
Terrabread.
me to do
What
is
can we do here?
literally impossible.
Oh, I understand impossible. Fine. You want to organize? There's a mop in the back. See if you can't organize a little floor cleaning operation. I'd like a cup of coffee.
Outrageous.
Please speak to one of our cashiers. You'll excuse me?
Not now. Can't you see how busy I am? Could you please bother someone else?
Wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
Oi. Oh, hope you're not agoraphobic.
This is New Atlantis Transit, or the NAT. It provides free transportation throughout the city. We can take it directly to the mass...
I have a feeling today's going to be a great day. Don't you agree? Oh, hi there. I'm doing great. How about you? Glad to hear it. Yeah, life is good, isn't it? I've been trying to save up enough money so that I can go explore the settled systems with my boyfriend, Tony. I think we're finally getting close. Tony and I want to see what else is out there. I love my job, but there has to be more to life than just being a janitor in New Atlantis. What about you? Have you gone on any adventures? Really? I find that hard to believe. You look like you've been through so much. Oh, and I mean that in a good way, of course. Really? Well, I guess you're right. I'm feeling a bit run down. I really love my job, but it's hard work and long hours. I could definitely use a Terracino from Terrabrew right now. Really? That's so sweet. I really appreciate it. Well, that depends. Are you a foodie or a shopper? You should check out the commercial district. There's some cool shops there. And if you want a whole new look, there's even an enhance. Sometimes I wonder if me and my boyfriend spend too much money on Terra Brew. But somebody's got to drink it, right? Take care of yourself.
Hi.
We just need to convince her that President Abeyo isn't the same as her predecessors. That an adversarial UC is a thing of the past.
Does Radcliffe even need to be involved?
President Abeyo wants to foster relations, not fracture them. Keep up.
We'll make sure she knows, ma'am.
Good. I'll see you at the 11:30 then.
I think you've got me mistaken for someone else.
You're not with Interstellar Affairs too, are you?
And the tracker in question didn't hurt anyone. But if history is any judge, it's only a matter of time before an incident occurs with a more tragic outcome.
I'm sorry, I really can't afford to be distracted. I need to get to the bottom of this. Yes. Concerned is an understatement. I work for the scientific division of MAST. I've been studying this tree for quite some time, and it appears to be exhibiting some worrying signs. Are you familiar with this particular specimen? Do you understand its importance? Look, I have a lot of work to do here. If you're just going to gawk, I'd ask that you move on. If you can actually assist me, however, I would appreciate it. I don't normally solicit help from random passersby, but it seems an exception is necessary. Would you be willing to retrieve some additional data for me? Well, thank you. That's unexpected. There's a series of biosensors I've placed in various locations around New Atlantis, all calibrated to gather pertinent information. They've been running for long enough that I think it's time to collect and analyze their findings. If you would bring them to me, that would save time.
We may be in a United Colonies city, but Constellation is an entirely neutral entity, and always has been.
Sergeant Yumi's looking for reliable people to help the guard. Contact him if you're interested. We'd all appreciate it.
No, I'm not feeling that bad.
We have an appointment. You're seeing the doctor. That's it.
Maybe some other time. I have that report that's due.
I talked to your boss. She agreed that you need to take care of yourself. I know it's tough, honey, but a lot of times the earlier they catch something, the better it is.
You're right. I know you're right. I just wish they wouldn't keep us waiting so long.
It's
How
taken
long do we
weeks
have
of
to
talking
wait?
to get my wife to come here. The doctors better get here quickly. We almost had to have an intervention to get my wife here.
I keep telling myself that Reliant Medical is top-notch.
You have to trust the science, the medical knowledge.
aboard were dead, and the signs point to Varun zealots. The call has gone out for both Freestar Collective and United Colonies security to unite and do something about this common threat. But cooperation is in short supply after the Colony War.
So after an hour of whining, they're finally out here.
They're just sitting on the grass. They should be playing.
Do you want to go another 3 rounds with them?
There's slides. Like right there.
At least they're outside. All they want to do is play on their
I
computers.
suppose at least
all
they're
day.
getting some natural vitamin D.
My parents are wiped. I wish they'd just take a nap or something.
I told my parents that there aren't any kids out here playing. I told them. Hey, are you looking for eggs too? I've only found one so far, but I want to find more before anyone else does. So if you see some, can you tell me? Okay, well, if I see any of those, I'll tell you. And you can tell me if you find any eggs. Miss Seng over at UC Distribution bought the one I found, and she said she might buy more if I can find them. I could really use the credits.
You can't go in. You just can't.
But David's my friend. He writes me.
I hate to break it to you, but his PA is the one who signs all those cards and headshots. Mr. Barron's a very busy and important man.
But I came all this way.
Listen, I might be able to hook you up with some merch. Maybe get you a ticket to a speaking gig he's got. That's all I can do.
You are the best!
Welcome
I
to
will
SSNN.
meet David. It's going to happen. David, I can't believe I'm here.
David Barron is the most famous journalist in the settled systems.
We're close to the action here in New Atlantis. Prime position to report on the big stories that affect the United Colonies. Administrations come and go in the big city, but SSNN is here to stay. If you ever find yourself with a hot lead, we will do our best to protect your anonymity.
Welcome to chaos. That should be our motto. If another tour comes to meet the David Barron, I'm going to lose it. I'm working on an investigative piece about some of the businesses in the well right now. Trying to get a handle on how things are in that part of the city. I'm not sure the story will get off the ground, though. I asked the higher-ups if I could go down there for some interviews, but they said it's too dangerous. They'd probably be all for it if David asked. Really? You sure? The well's a pretty dangerous place. It might be too much for a first-time reporter. Great. I had 3 interviewees in mind. Teresa Mason, the owner of Kay's house, Henrik Zoran at Apex Electronics, and Nurse O'Shea from the medbay. You don't need to ask too many tough questions. I just want to read on how their businesses are doing, and how things are in the well. I really can't thank you enough. This story could be my big break. Thanks for helping me out. We're short-staffed, overworked, and trying to report on a million things at once. Not to mention, there's a constant battle with the powers that be to maintain our journalistic principles. So, things are just swell. Dear Lord, everyone wants to know about Baron. He's a smart guy. He cares about what he's reporting. He's way too damn cozy with the UC, and that's a problem for us staying impartial. My biggest beef with him is he's credited with everything he reports, and he doesn't lift a finger to correct that impression.
David's
Welcome to
amazing.
SSNN.
And I hear he's single.
I hope I'm as cool as Solomon Coe when I grow up.
Been up there, huh? Space? Must be cool. I never get to go to space.
You look familiar. Where do I know you from? Oh, yes. Lynn mentioned hiring some brand new miner before she left for that job. I must have seen your picture in the contractor database. I take it this means the job's done then. Good to know. So what can I help you with? Well, after I book a job, Lynn meets with the clients to nail down the details. She negotiates the terms of the contract and even supervises some of our more important work sites. That woman never stops impressing me. As a former contractor, I'm surprised you don't know. We take on jobs that others won't, whether they're far away, extra tough, or just plain dangerous. And we always get the job done on schedule at a lower cost than our competitors. I book and process our jobs, manage the schedule on a broad scale, and interface with new clients. We're a small company, so a lot of us administrative types wear a lot of hats, as they say. We just picked up several more contracts. Risky stuff, if I'm being truthful, but we position ourselves to take advantage of jobs. Think asteroid mining and other tough jobs. The next few years are going to be interesting for Argos. Oh, wow, that's terrible. Those pirates sure are getting bolder these days. Is everyone okay? Well then, we don't expect our employees to engage in conflict with pirates, for legal reasons mostly. But I'm sure your colleagues appreciated your efforts to keep them safe. Thank you. Take care out there.
Sorry, I could use a little time to focus on my work. Not to be rude, but I'd appreciate it if I could get back to work.
Whew. Looking forward to my vacation.
Performing that feat regularly could lead to permanent injury.
And there are 2 locations in New Atlantis?
Yes.
And the sales in the fest didn't dip at all when the second store opened.
Impressive.
Times change, but one thing's constant. People need coffee.
I need to report back, but this is very encouraging. Every time I've come here, there's a line for coffee.
Pardon me? Okay. Hello.
Hello and welcome to Terrible. How may I serve you?
You can tell they put a lot of care into their
Leading an assault on Varun Zealot.
Yes. Full spacesuit. It took years to get it looking just like this.
Whatever you
Enjoy the garden. I know, you
Great.
think this is a joke.
I guess I'm a gardener now.
Check. Rifle? Already stowed. Fuel? Both ship and generator? Waiting in the cargo hold. All right, then I guess there's nothing between us and setting up on a brand new world. You ready to head out then? One last drink? Oh God, yes. We've done the research, the prep. Now we just have to take that leap. We've been talking about setting up our own little outpost for years now. But actually taking that leap... Just need to calm my nerves a little. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? Off we go! After one last drink.
Bulk items may require multiple levels of approval and can take up to several weeks for an official response. We apologize for any delay.
It's a privilege to be able to work for the UC government. I'm on tax duty tomorrow. Can't wait! Oh no, when I was growing up, I actually wanted to be a miner on Sidonia. As weird as that may sound. I guess I never wanted to have a typical job. Lucky for me, working at the distribution center is anything but typical. Of course, who wouldn't? It's such a privilege to be able to work for the UC government, a true force of good. Every day is so exciting. I get to meet so many new people, solve interesting problems, and learn about developing situations throughout the settled systems. Yep, there's never a boring day at the distribution center. Take care of yourself.
Welcome to UC Distribution. Now, before you say a word, I am required to inform you that formal complaints cannot be filed until the customer feedback system is back online. I have been told it'll be up and running in 2 weeks, but you know how these things are. I am sorry for any potential inconvenience. Also, if you're here about a corporate account, I've been assured that deliveries will be back on schedule soon. Who, Jordan? That kid's in here every other day with some random thing he found. Trying to get credits. Yeah, I took pity on him. Why, what is it? Oh, really? Well, you can have it back for what I paid for it, plus a little extra. Let's call it a convenience fee, shall we? I could, but I did pay for it. I'd like to recover my losses.
And it's all the way in the back room. I'd have to walk back there, then back out here. You did say this was important after all. Honestly, it's probably worth way more than what we're talking about. Pleasure doing business with you. You mean besides providing a pleasant face for customers to interact with? It's all in the name. We distribute materials and products all around the United Colonies. Never a dull moment. Always something going on, and 4 other things we need to be ready for. I know some people don't believe it, but we really do the best we can. Wouldn't still be working here if I didn't care. Yes, of course. Please, take a look. Back to it then.
Apply today at the nearest kiosk.
This space is a memorial to those lost during the Colony War. Your consideration is requested. Quiet is requested while on memorial grounds.
I don't mean to be pushy, but I really do need those sensors, and quickly.
I really do need that additional data. Recent scans of the tree have suggested that a significant portion of the interior is liquefied. Obviously, some small percentage of its internal workings is always liquid, to allow for the transfer of nutrients and so forth, but this? Well, I've never seen anything like it. If it continues to increase, I'm concerned the entire tree may collapse, and I'm also worried about other secondary effects. If the time comes, I will certainly attempt to alert the appropriate people en masse. If I have more data, though, my concerns might carry some more weight. It's too soon to speculate. I'd very much like to see the additional data before I say more. I appreciate your confidence. The sooner I have all the available data, the sooner I can make an assessment. So you do. Wonderful. I'll just take these, and we'll see what they have to tell us. All right, we'll just upload the data. Give it a moment. And just another moment. It is working, isn't it? Ah, there it is. What a relief. Now, let's see. This is... well, it's... oh my. Well, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that my suspicions were correct. There is something wrong with the tree. I will report my findings to MAST immediately with no small amount of satisfaction. The phrase, "I told you so," may even be uttered more than once. Well, from a certain point of view. In an, admittedly, somewhat selfish manner. The bad news, as it were, is that the internal composition of the tree is changing. In this particular case, the tree is now regularly emitting ultra-low frequency sound waves. They're nearly imperceptible now, but they're growing in strength. This is something we've never observed before. Depending on how large these waves grow, consequences for the city could be disastrous. I must consult with my colleagues in MAST at once. Thank you for your assistance. I hope these credits are adequate compensation.
SSNN correspondent Nora Vasquez on the ground in Aquila City has reported an increase in attacks by the Shaw Gang. The notorious bandit gang, reportedly based out of the wild somewhere outside the city, has thus far eluded capture by the Three-Star Rangers. Members of the gang continue to infiltrate the city, harassing, robbing, and in one instance even murdering one of the residents. The Three-Star Rangers have so far refused to comment to SSNN on what steps, if any, are being taken to secure Aquila City. Should any United Colony citizens need to venture to the capital of Three-Star Collective space, remain extra vigilant.
Test. Oh my god, don't tell me my mic was off the whole time. I was talking shit. Anyway, I'm gonna now see you guys later.